So I am here this morning with Karen and Ben at the place. I'm Shawna, if we haven't met, and we're doing something really cool at the shelter with youth in the morning, and I wanted to check it out because it's a way to set the day. We're gonna have Karen and Ben talk about that and walk us through it. But here's what I do to set my day. I have this very fancy notebook, and it works okay a lot of the time, but to be honest, I can't carry this in my pocket. And I think we've got a solution here that might actually be interesting for me to try.
Right on.
So tell me about it.
All right. Well, happy Friday. And so, at the beginning of this, when youth became in the shelter all day long, I just needed a way to capture the day. And everybody's going in different directions. We're trying to get as many things done in a given day. So we started morning check-in. And so gather all the youth in the morning. We sit around the table, right? And then what do I do?
You write 3 questions on the board.
Yep, I write 3 questions on the board. Shawna, this is key. You have a whole thing in your book. We keep it simple.
Simple, yeah.
We keep it simple, so we keep it to 3. I generally ask for a word of the day. That kind of sets our tone.
Ooh, okay.
Yesterday, Flipper, tell them your word yesterday.
The word I chose yesterday was the word slander from the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And it basically is like the realization that everyone you see around you has a life as vivid and complex as your own.
Okay. Wow.
So there's that shared, and once again, there's that piece of community,
Yeah.
Another used the word yesterday, busy. And so it just brings it to where what she said was it helps me feel grounded. That I am busy and I am checking things off that I'm doing for the day. So number 1, we start with the word of the day.
Okay.
Number 2, I ask, what can we do to support you today? One specific thing. Because I think sometimes it gets overwhelming that I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. But we have all week long and we just pick one thing. And then the third thing I ask is, what are you gonna do today as far as your case plan? Because Shawna, we meet every week as a case manager. We meet every week. So it is, there'll be a goal, and then there's generally just 3 steps. 3 just seems to be the magic number.
It is a magic number.
Is it?
It's been proven, there's research, all that
it
stuff.
Just
Three's
is,
a magic
yeah,
number.
yeah. So if we have a goal to get my GED, order my ID, what are 3 things that we can do this week that will meet that goal?
Okay.
So that's
Okay,
what we
so
do.
you know the goal, and then you're thinking about what are 3 things that will lead you to that goal?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So then after we fill out the cards, I generally meet one-on-one because we don't want to share too much information with you. So we can meet as a group, but it's also individualized and private.
Sure.
So I meet, so Flipper would hand me his card and Flipper says, let me play the guitar. It's like, you got it. Because music is like one of the most important things, right? For Flipper. So we do have a couple guitars in our office, and so Flipper will take the guitar, come play outside. Where else do you go?
The therapy room.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So there's a room in the shelter where people, you guys can just go and just kind of chill out.
Bit of calm. Chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ben is Flipper. If anybody's confused.
Oh, sorry.
Sometimes he's
Sorry.
Yep.
That's why you have to call me Flipper. Sorry. Yeah. So that's. It just really sets the tone
So
for
how
the day.
physically do I do that? Like, do I write like the word of the day?
Yeah. So we start out.
Okay, so you just like all on one
I
piece.
start out with the questions.
Okay.
And then morning. And then it's one word of the day. How can I help you?
Okay.
How can the place support you? And then what are you going to do to support yourself to move forward?
Okay. So my word of the day is balance.
Nice.
Do you have a word of the day, Ben? Do you want to share? And if not, it's okay.
I haven't thought of it. Can I skip?
Sure, you think about it. So my word of the day, because it's what I think about when I'm driving into work today, it's strength. It's the end of the week. It's been a long week. It's busy, but just keeping that strength. And that's my word of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so then what do you need? What can we do to support you?
Actually, I think what is happening right now for me, which is connecting.
Right.
Like just connecting with some other people and connecting with directly what's happening here during the day, because I don't spend my days here.
Right.
The majority of the time. So
Right.
so it's really helpful to just connect and listen and understand. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. So Ben, how can we support you today?
I guess like if I need to take space, just kind of let me do that for a little while.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
That's always a good thing, right? Good.
And then you're gonna let me know that.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I'll
just come up and
communicate
just
that,
go, hey, I just need some space. Many times we have like a magic word, like if somebody is like having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
One time somebody picked Buick, and it's like, if I say Buick, just give me some space. And it's like, you got it.
All
Because
right.
that's the car they had, or the
Right.
car they wanted,
Right.
you know, so
Got
it
ya.
means it's meaningful to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this is good. Simple.
And then what are you gonna do for you, Shawna?
Is that the third question, or
Yeah.
is this a
No,
different
this is
question?
number
What am I
3.
gonna do for me
What
to
are
like
you gonna
to like
do?
get to the balance thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
What-
just one thing.
One thing I will do today to get to the balance thing is make sure I take a break for lunch.
Yeah.
Like it might not be an hour, even half an hour, but take a break, take a walk, drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
That was more than one thing, sorry. But take
No,
a
no,
break.
no, no. And that falls into place because we talk a lot about self-care, and that was like one of the questions. I don't know, was that Wednesday or Thursday?
I think it was Wednesday.
I think you're right. It's like, what are you gonna do today, embracing self-care?
Mm-hmm.
So one specific thing, and then we have a conversation about self-care.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like it's very narrow, but it gets wide open because we all talk about how important it is, how important you are to pay attention to self-care. And
Mhm.
lunch is a perfect example. You
Mhm.
know, skipping lunch is not a good idea.
No.
You know, and just taking some downtime and just nurturing yourself.
Hmm.
And
Do you
there's
have,
that
do you
word,
have thoughts
nurture.
on that for you today? Ben?
I
Like,
said mine's gonna be to communicate.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So like she was saying, if I need to take space, then I will communicate that.
That sounds
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have lots of other things, of course, I have to do, as most of us do.
Right.
But focusing and centering on this, you know, being balanced and,
Right.
you know, with that is going to help me do whatever else I've
And
got to do,
and
right?
you know,
So,
and I think that it decreases that stress. I mean,
Mhm.
because there's so many challenges, and does it decrease your stress? I mean, it does for me.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that just the writing it down, it's right here. I've identified it. I know the steps to take, and so all that other stuff, all that brain chatter, just
Mhm.
kind of the volume just goes down a little
Mhm,
bit.
mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Doesn't all go
yeah,
away,
yeah,
but
yeah.
turn the volume down a
It
little
does,
bit.
yeah. Ooh, that's good. Turn the volume down.
So
That'd be a great bumper sticker.
I cannot carry this in my pocket. I definitely am
carry
carrying
that.
this in my pocket today.
Yay.
So thank you for teaching me how to do that.
And Shawna, thanks for listening. Thanks for, you know, I think that means a lot to me that they were being heard.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, you're doing incredible work, and I know, Ben, you're working at life in an incredible way, and being yourself while you're doing it, and taking care of yourself. So
Yeah.
that's really good. Great. Thank
All
you
right.
so much
Okay,
for
so-
helping me start my Friday. I
Yes.
hope you
Now we're gonna
guys
go
have
in with
a
the
great
rest of the
Friday
group.
and
Yep,
go
yep.
do it with everybody.
All right. Great
Thank
Friday.
you. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate
Great
it.
Friday.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great Friday.